Billion Dollar Startups 2026. For a dozen years, Forbes has partnered with TrueBridge Capital Partners to highlight the companies that are likely to become unicorns in the near future. To qualify, startups must be venture-backed, based in the US, and worth less than $1 billion. In a sign of the times, nearly all this year's list members use AI in some fashion as they work on everything from bone marrow to biological threats, cybersecurity to creative design. Our track record is striking. Of the 275 alumni of this list, 60% did indeed become unicorns, including household names Duolingo and DoorDash. Another 60 were bought or were merged. Nearly half of last year's picks already are worth more than $1 billion. There have been surprisingly few disasters. Just 6 companies, about 2%, imploded or shut down. In our last daily briefing, we told you about one company on this year's list, AbbeyCare, a San Francisco startup that helps train family members or friends of people with medical conditions to become licensed caregivers, enabling them to get paid for the aid they've been providing anyway. Here are a few other selections from the list. First, there's Netic, founded by CEO Melissa Tokmak. It has raised $43 million of equity and has a valuation of $450 million. Its lead investors are Founders Fund and Greylock. Soon after Melissa Tokmak and her husband bought a house in Mill Valley, California, they got hit with an electricity bill for several $1,000s. That set off a frantic search to figure out why. Was it the heating? The insulation? Wiring? Most businesses didn't pick up the phone. Others forgot their name or address. Even if they managed to schedule a visit, it meant waiting around, ringing up more electric charges, without knowing if anyone would show up. It turned out to be the heating. The experience prompted Tokmak, who emigrated from Turkey on a full scholarship to Stanford, to leave her role as director of engineering at Scale AI to start Netic to bring AI to trade businesses like plumbing and HVAC. Now, when a customer calls, texts, or reaches out with a problem, Netic's agentic system can diagnose the issue and walk them through possible fixes or book someone to come out and handle follow-ups. Another company on our list is Juicebox, founded by Ishan Gupta and CEO David Pfaffenholz. It has raised $116 million of equity. Its lead investors are DST Global, NFDG, and Sequoia Capital. AI has made it easier than ever for job seekers to send out applications, with the unintended side effect of burying companies in resumes. Juicebox, out of San Francisco, helps recruiters reclaim the talent search by scraping public information from professional profiles, personal websites, and online projects into dossiers. Recruiters can then search for the right candidate. The firm, which was valued at $850 million in March after an $80 million funding round, is currently used by more than 5,000 customers, including Ramp and Cognition. Also on our list is Fortell Research, founded by Andrew Casper, Igor Levchinsky, Cole Morris, and CEO Matthew DeYoung. It has raised $163 million of equity and has a valuation of $740 million. More than a decade ago, the now 38-year-old DeYoung first had the idea to build a better hearing aid after watching his grandparents retreat into social isolation as their hearing loss made it hard for them to follow conversations. But the technology wasn't quite there. DeYoung says back then, it was challenging to build a device that would have been able to discern among different sounds and home in on what's important, especially in environments with lots of ambient noise, like a cocktail party or a crowded restaurant. After a stint at hedge fund Bridgewater Associates, he worked as a product manager at Butterfly Network, which was developing a pocket-sized ultrasound machine. It was only after the pandemic pushed meetings to Zoom, which uses AI to mute background noises, that he realized a much better hearing aid was finally possible. He launched Fortell in early 2021 with a couple of his former Butterfly colleagues. It took a bit longer than expected, but the hearing aids, launched in December, are so popular that they've been near impossible to get. Customers like KKR's billionaire chair Henry Kravis and comedian Steve Martin have forked over $6,800 for the devices, currently available only at Fortel's Manhattan Audiology Clinic or by appointment in Greenwich, Connecticut and Palm Beach, Florida. More locations are planned in Boston, San Francisco, and Palo Alto, California. The biggest limit on expansion, says DeYoung, is its ability to hire audiologists to staff new clinics.